Hello, my guys, and welcome back to Abundant Self, the podcast. If you hear my neighbor playing the drums, just a heads up. I hope you don't. Otherwise, happy spring wherever you are on this world. It's probably not can't speak. Happy spring if you are on the side of the world, which means Northern Hemisphere, then it's obviously not springtime for you. For me, it is here down here in Chile where we are. We are now getting into spring, which is exciting. You just like feel this whole energy of like the birds are chirping and people are getting outside more. They go more outdoors. I just love the spring. I don't know, especially as a German and growing up where you really have all four stations, all four seasons. I'm just such a spring lover. Without further ado, let me know in the comments below if you also love spring as much as I do. And well, if you get into fall right now and autumn comes, that's also very cool because you have, I don't know, I like it. You have like the colder days and it leads to winter where you're like getting inside and you can cuddle and you can make a hot chocolate. Yeah, I love all the seasons basically. But maybe you're also a summer lover and you're just like, oh, I want that summer stays forever. I feel ya, definitely. Without further ado, let's get into today's episode though. I wanted to give you a quick update on life, what's been going on, all the details. Actually, I just got a facial done. And I wanted to tell you a really, really quick, funny, almost manifestation story because I have been wanting to get a facial done in so long. I don't know why I've never just booked in an appointment. But normally when it comes to me and myself and filling up my own cup, I am just not really good at it, right? I'm just doing so many things and I give and I give and I give and I not so many times give back to myself. Maybe you can relate. Maybe you're also a giver and you don't really take the time to fill up your own cup and give to yourself. And that's basically what's been happening. So I was just working, I was doing my thing, seeing friends, and I never got to actually book in this appointment. And I've been wanting to get a facial for, let's say, probably since I got here to Chile, which is now, it's been 6 months. I can't even believe, time is just flying. It's been 6 months that we're living here and it's crazy. Anyway, so much has happened. And today I decided to get my nails done. I had a nails appointment. And what happened is I actually did not have the appointment. So I was just like, okay, I'm just going to go and see if they're open. I'm just going to go and see if they have time for me. Because they normally do. They are pretty casual with it. So I went there and they were like, no, you got to come back in 2 hours. And I was like, oh, I really can't be bothered. It's just it's fitting into my schedule right now. I just can't be bothered to walk back home and then come back again in 2 hours more because I also I wanted to move on with my day. I had other things planned. I wanted to record this podcast, right? And funny enough, bear with me. The story is good. When I just decided, okay, what am I going to do? And then I went out and I was like, should I walk a couple more quarters because I know that there is another nail salon and I can just see if they're free. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to have faith. It will be so much better. If they cannot treat me right now, it's for a reason and I'm going to find something so much better. And I was just all the faith, right? I kept walking and I found this cute little place. They did not only do my nails, but they also had they were new, so they just have been there for a couple of months and they were like, yeah, we don't have so many clients right now, you can just we're basically free today, you can come and do whatever. When I was talking to them, I was like, can you get my nails done? And they were like, yeah, what else do you offer? And they did facials. So they do facials. So it was actually a whole spa with facials. What else do they do? Like massages, depilation, like with, I think you don't say depilation. We say in Spanish depilación, which is like, getting your legs waxed, for example. And so I got the nails and I also got a facial, and I was like, this is like exactly what I wanted. And not just that, but it's in the end better than I have imagined, right? Like I thought I'm just gonna get my nails done. Got rejected from that one place because they had no time for me. And then this other place, with me having all the faith, it worked out. And it worked out so much better because I finally got my facial done. And I was like, and like while she was like doing the things on my face and like putting the mask on and everything, I was just like, I've been like waiting. I've been wanting to do this for 6 months. Like, why did I not prioritize myself enough to just get the thing done? And so I want you to know, before we dive into this episode, I want you to know to get your things done, but in a way of like, fill up your cup, prioritize yourself. Prioritize yourself, because you will thank me later, but you will feel so much better afterwards. And you will just feel like exactly how I feel now. Like, why did I wait for such a long time? I could have just gone earlier, or like, have it like as a priority, because it really is a priority. You feeling your best possible self, being in, it's just you're automatically being in a higher vibrational state, and you know already that this is what helps you attract the things that you want. So get it done. Do the thing. Book in your beauty appointment, get your nails done, or get a massage, or do anything that you feel is filling your cup up all the way, because we want that. We definitely want that, and we need that as well. And so that was my whole intro, life update, whatever you want to call it. Let's get back into the episode. Not back, let's get into the episode. We haven't even started, really. The topic that I want to speak to you about is all about negative loops and like almost like negative kind of like downwards spiral things. I'm going to explain it to you and you'll understand. I couldn't really come up with a real name for this whole, how can I explain it, for this whole, I guess, spiral. Yeah, let's call it that way. If you haven't subscribed yet, by the way, please make sure to subscribe, follow along the show, the podcast. I am your host, Jules, and I'm so excited. If this is your first time listening also, yes, I talk a lot. I love to talk. And I want to know who you are. Where are you from? Where are you tuning in? All the things. I would love to hear from you. So also, if you can, please message me on Instagram at Jules Manifest. I would love to hear from you and know who is on the other side. Or leave a comment also if you watch on YouTube. And now let's get into the episode. So the other day, I listened to a podcast, and this guy on the podcast, he explained that almost like phenomena. How do you say that? It's like a phenomenon in German. Well, it's just like this thing, I guess, of doing one thing that you know is not good for you, like healthy habits, unhealthy habits, for example. Like you start one thing and you know that it leads to another and another and another and another. I'm going to get into this and explain it. But basically what he was talking about, and that's why I was like, okay, oh my God, I want to really share that with you on the podcast as well. Because also I've been guilty of this many, many times. And now with me listening to this podcast and also, like witnessing it real firsthand just this week, I was like, okay, let's talk about this. And also for you to know that it's okay, it's normal. We're not perfect, we're humans, and those things happen. And now you're like, what things happen? Jules, come to the point. I know, I come to the point. Bear with me. Have you ever experienced, and I'm sure you have, don't lie to me, don't lie to yourself. Have you ever experienced drinking a beer or something else and then wanting another? And then that leads to maybe a cigarette or something else to smoke. And then that leads to eating unhealthy and ordering food or grabbing fast food or, junk food in general. And then that leads to shitty sleep because you go to sleep with a really, really heavy, full body. And that way you don't sleep very well, which means the next morning you sleep, let's say, for example, it's a weekend and you can sleep in. You sleep in and you don't go to the gym, or you are just like, and then the whole day is like, you know what I mean? Has this happened to you before? Maybe not in the exact same way that I explained it to you, but I'm pretty sure it has. It definitely has to me. And I don't want to say to you never smoke or never drink or any of this. Who am I to tell you, right? This is not none of my business, not even to my clients. I don't tell them how to live their life or what to eat or to exercise or not. To me, there are certain things that are a bare minimum, that are a standard that I want to have in my life. And that is daily movement, that is exercise, that is having healthy habits. For example, for me, very, very important is not using my phone before bedtime. And first thing in the morning, I'm completely off my phone. I do other things. I'm not on my laptop, none of that. Yet there are days it still happens. So, just saying, no one is perfect, of course. I'm not perfect. You're probably not perfect. And it's okay. It's actually pretty okay to not be perfect. But so again, who am I to tell you, don't do those things? Again, yes, there are standards. Yes, there are bare minimums, which I think you would be aware of already. That when you fuel your body, when you work out, when you go for a walk, you just feel more energized, you feel more motivated, you feel excited, you just feel better. That's a fact. It is just a fact. However, again, with this, I'm not telling you don't do this or this or this or this. I'm just saying that so many times it happens, and I see that, again, I experienced it, and I see it also with other people, that when they, for example, again, this example of doing one thing, drinking this one beer or a shot or whatever, just leading to a chain. It's almost, that's why I'm saying it's a spiral. It's almost like a spiral down and down and down and down. And you feel I already smoked, so whatever, I'm just gonna have another beer. And then, I already did this, so yeah, let's just grab some McDonald's. Again, I'm not judging at all. If you do that on a regular basis, and this is how you want to live your life, and this is how you want to just be, this is up to you. But it's definitely something that I've experienced needs to stop. It needs to stop, that when you do one thing, it leads to just a million things that doesn't have to be. It just doesn't have to be. And here comes something in place that says control, that says self-control. You have to at least try and be disciplined enough to be you know what? Yes, I want to now smoke, for example, but I know it'll be that. And then tomorrow, if I say, for example, tomorrow I'm going to go to the gym, I am going to the gym. Or if I say I'm going to wake up early, I am fucking getting my ass outside of the bed and I am getting up. It's just as simple as that. It is being honest with yourself. It's just as simple as that. Be honest with yourself. We don't care. No one cares about you. It is you who needs to be honest with yourself. Because I don't care how you're living your life. Your partner, if you have one, he doesn't probably, or she, they don't probably care if you eat healthy, work out, and do all the things because they love you the way you are. But yes, you also love yourself the way you are, and that's awesome. But still, you are the only one who can take care of yourself in terms of self-discipline and, holding your word, holding your standard. Does that make sense? So again, if you feel like you want to do this or that or anything, do it. Awesome. That's fine. We're living life. We're here to enjoy our lives. But I want you to know that just because you drink a beer, it doesn't mean you have to go this whole spiral down and then tomorrow feel completely wasted and shit about basically just being unproductive or feeling, you know what I mean? You probably have had this feeling before, and I just don't want you to feel that way because I have felt this way many, many times, and it's just not a good feeling. And so preventing that feeling by being honest to yourself, but also by being disciplined enough to say, until here, and that's it. You don't have to get wasted to have fun. You don't have to, even if other people are being like, yeah, but let's do this or this, like, you don't have to do it. You can if you want, but if you know that leads to another thing and another thing and another thing, and by tomorrow, you're probably feeling like, oh, like another day just wasted because I'm just lying in bed and I didn't do anything. I didn't get anything done. I didn't go to the gym. I didn't do all those things that would make me feel better. Tough love. Oof. I hope someone who needed to hear this listened. I just always know that if you are meant to listen to this right now, and in whichever, I don't even care in which way you will implement this into your life, or maybe you don't, but I just truly believe that if you are meant to hear this right now, you just heard it. You just heard it. Be honest to yourself. You are here. You are here. You are the only one who can save you. You're the only one who's going to push you. You're the only one who's going to discipline you in some way. And sometimes it's quite necessary. Take a deep breath. You having the power. You actually have the control. You actually can say and decide until where you want to go and until also where you want this or that or whatever to lead to. And you can take this and implement it into your life. You can think about it. You can completely leave it. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. As always, I love you, love you, love you. I'm so thankful for you being here. Thank you for listening once again to Abundant Self. I'm sending you so much love. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, follow along, and also follow me on Instagram at Jules Manifests. I'm always happy to hear from you. And then I'll leave it just here. As always, my endings are quite awkward, but whatever. Bye.